Health, UNHCR, other developmental partners, district local government leaders, health facility in charges, and the general among others, gathered to commemorate the National World Sight Day 2024 with the chief guest Dr. Roni Bahatungire, Acting Commissioner in the Department of Clinical Services, representing the Minister for Health, thus Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng. Beneficiaries of the eye services gave their testimonies. Dr. Erima Dennis, the president for the Ophthalmology Society of Uganda, stated that this National World Sight Day celebration is a day to create awareness and provide advocacy for the importance of eye care.
The greatest burden of eye health problems is actually the elderly population, and in fact most of the statistics we have are zeroed down on the elderly population. As part of this year's commemoration, Ministry of Health, together with the Ophthalmology Society of Uganda, with support from partners, planned and executed eye camps across the region. Each cataract surgery that is done, on average, costs $100 US. That is without considering the professional fees of the surgeons. 409 surgeries have been done so far. That means a delivered value of about $40,000 US, which is equal to 150 million Ugandan shillings in 3 days. I really think that deserves a clap. Even the sites that delivered, that is Arua Hospital, Jumani, and Arua, it took a very dedicated effort and commitment from these teams. I would therefore like to especially appreciate the effort how support that was given to us by UNHCR and MTI at Jumani, Lions Club of Medi and Arua, CDM International and Mengo Hospital, Charity Vision International, and Abacus Pharmaceuticals, and these were specifically people who helped us do these eye counts.
Dr. Andema Alex, the hospital director for Arua Regional Referral Hospital, thanked the Ministry of Health for extending these eye care activities to the public under the different health facilities of Arua Regional Referral Hospital, Ajuman Hospital, and Nebi General Hospital, stating that eye care complications are preventable through early detection and treatment.
Those eye conditions are preventable. They can be prevented, and if we sensitize people and make a great awareness in the region regarding eye operations and diseases, then we shall be in a better position. So this celebrating it here is a way of creating awareness. It is true we don't have an ophthalmologist. The one we had retired in 2002, that is Dr. Adima, and we have tried several times to replace him. But I think you ophthalmologists at that level, you are few, because we advertised for that position, we did not get a candidate. But now we have decided to take a medical officer special grade, which we are going to get very soon. There is one in training who has also finished, and I know Minister of Health is about to send for us one. So we shall have this ophthalmologist to work with the others so that we continue. This is just what, just the beginning of giving more services. We shall have him also to provide leadership in the region, coordinate with the IPs and also other professionals so that we continue to provide this service.
Dr. Roni Bahatungire, the Acting Commissioner for the Department of Clinical Services in Ministry of Health, representing the chief guest, Minister for Health, Honorable Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, while delivering the speech given by the minister, asked the parents and other stakeholders to prioritize children's eye health.
I want to reiterate the importance of eye care for our children. Their eye health shapes their future, and it is our responsibility to ensure they have the best possible start of life. As parents, guardians, educators, and healthcare providers, let us all join hands and prioritize children's eye health. And this we should be able to do through regular screening of our children when they are coming back to school and when they return home. Early diagnosis and timely institutional treatment to ensure that we preserve their sight and vision. I wish to thank the government of Uganda, the President, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has steered and has continued to spearhead programs of this government and has supported the Ministry of Health to deliver its mandate. All our partners that have supported us during this engagement, civil society organizations, the private sector that has continued to invest in eye healthcare in this country, and all of us that have taken time to come and convene and participate in this engagement today. Through these partnerships, we believe that as a ministry, we will be able to deliver our mandate where we are required to consistently provide accessible, affordable, and equitable eye health care to Ugandans. And all of us that are gathered here, let us take care of our eyes.
The World Sight Day 2024 national celebration aimed at highlighting the critical importance of prioritizing child eye health and give children everywhere the opportunity to love their eyes. Oraku Benson Pastore, Christine Okumuringa, Western Nile Television Nilecast.
During a dialogue meeting held at Logoba Seed Secondary School, the parents and stakeholders are demanding for the immediate transfer of the head teacher or deputy head teacher so as to save the school from collapsing. Okumu Dominic reports.
The education stakeholders comprising of parents, teachers, political leaders, opinion leaders and students gathered for the dialogue meeting to discuss and find ways to revive the school whose enrollment and performance has continued to go down for the past 3 or so years. Mr. Edraco Primo, the Parents Teachers Association PTA chairperson of the school, who spoke on behalf of the parents, noted that there continues to exist some power struggle between the top management of the school, which to him has led to low enrollment, weak and poor administration in the school, and demand the transfer of either the head teacher or the deputy so as to give space for new leaders to push the school forward.
There is a misunderstanding between the head teacher and the deputy head teacher. In that process, we have realized when the two do not cooperate in administration, it affects the school widely in the area of academic performance, then other programs which can run the school effectively. So we have come to the way forward, at least to transfer one of the staff, either the head teacher or the deputy head teacher.
Honorable Bada Emmanuel, the district councillor representing Moyo Sub-County to the district council, gave the purpose of the meeting and cited that most parents are not concerned about the needs of their children in the school, and further stressed the difference between the head teacher and the deputy, which he said is affecting the smooth running of the school activities, and re-echoed the need to transfer either one or both of the administrators in the wrangle.
As stakeholders, including parents and administration, both inclusive and staff, to see to it that we address the challenges. And according to our findings, The challenges are originating from parents' commitment and ownership of this seed secondary school. Two is a laxity by teaching staff as a result of lack of cooperation in the administration of the school. And one of the strategic recommendations we have built as our stakeholders is to cause drastic transfers in the administration.
Mr. Caesar Mawabako Emmanuel, the deputy head teacher of the school who also attended the dialogue meeting, disagrees with the information that they are not in good terms with the head teacher, but rather said they have ideological differences, especially in the field of administration and performance of the learners, which is not being taken seriously.
I have the idea that for the school to develop, we first embrace academic excellence and should be able to adhere and even do our work as per the school motto, the school mission and vision in general. But which to me is not being followed, and it is what brings a kind of upset and ideological difference between me and my head teacher.
Raleo Josephine, the head girl of the school, could not hide her disappointment to a section of the teachers who pay less attention to the students after lessons, since they usually disappear immediately after their lessons, which makes it difficult for the students to approach them for help after their lessons, which to her is the main cause of the poor performance of the learners in the school.
I am also not happy with some of the teachers, mostly the science teachers. They come to school, they teach, because most of the science teachers these days, they don't teach in one school, they teach in maybe 3 or 2 schools. They come, they give little time to attend to the students in this school. So to me, that is also contributing to the poor performance of this school.
Logoba Seed Secondary School started as a community school in 2008 after the community felt the need to have a nearby secondary school to address the challenge of the students in the area trekking long distances to learn, which many times led to cases of school dropout. However, the performance and enrollment of learners kept dropping in the recent years, something which made the community to engage the school authorities in a dialogue to forge a way forward. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
Fresh week, my name is Oraku Benson Pastore. This is West Nile Television. The program which is still going on is Nilecast program, which is a news program. But whenever you see me in front of the lens like this, know that I am coming to give you what has already happened and what is coming in the world of sports. Today is already 21st of October and the year is 2024. As usual, I can confirm to you so many things transpired over the weekend, more especially in domestic leagues after the international break. But before we talk about the other games that were played in Bet Powerful for Big League and also some of the top European leagues, let's first start it with what is happening within, what happened actually within West Nile region in relation to national story. In the Yumbe district, there was a very big encounter between Uganda Cranes and West Nile Region Select, and in the process, the game ended by 2-1 in favor of Uganda Cranes Select. I don't want to give much about it. Let's get the details of the story on what happened on the ground.
There was excitement on Sunday 20th of October 2024 in Yumbe district, where there was a football match between the Uganda Cranes Select team and the West Nile Select side, which comprised of stars drawn from different teams in the region. This was during the national team's tour to West Nile sub-region under the arrangement of the Cranes Namutima, which aims to identify talented players from the lower leagues. Hundreds of locals, both from within and outside Yumbe district, thronged Boma grounds to watch the football match, which ended 2-1 in favor of the national team, as Patrick Mbowa and Dennis Kalanzi scored goals from the select side, and the player in the names of Rasta scored the lone goal for the hosts. Oromchan Villa, a former player of the Paida Black Angels, who featured for the West Nile select side, is excited about the kind of game displayed.
Okay, the game was good because such a game is a big game. Actually, when you involve yourself in such a match, at least you get some experience in it. So actually, the game was good.
Similarly, Hudu Mulik, a player who featured for the Cranes select side, is positive about the results and hopes for more chances of the two sides clashing again.
It's a go forward tournament. Next time we have another one. Shall we keep on expressing ourselves?
At the Frederick Isaac, the chairperson of West Nile Football Association, explains the benefit of the tours.
The benefit of this was to make sure that those who are excelling get also immediate chances of entry to go to the national team. Pertaining to what the experience I had for this has been the best experience I had for organizing this tournament this year.
I want to thank FIFA for the organization, and I would think that they should not wait for the 100 years to come back to the Yumbe district. Yumbe district is so willing and welcoming, and I want to say that we are ready to welcome them back. It has a lot of hospitality.
Meanwhile, Sam Simba Bomenyana, the assistant coach of the national team, appreciates the kind of display put out by both teams.
Well, I didn't expect them to play the way they played, especially in the second half. I saw they have some good players, talent was there. And on our side, the playing select, we played well. Most of the players played well. 3/4 of the boys played well, and I identified some players who can perfectly play for the national team. The likes of Boa, Saidi Sene, they played really well, and they are up to the
The game comes at a time where the national team recently qualified for the 2025 African Cup of Nations, due to take place in Morocco in 2025. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nalka Sports.
Welcome back from the story between Uganda Cranes and the West Nile Select. This time, let's travel to Bet Power FUFA Big League, whereby so many games were also played over the weekend. It started all the way on Saturday with a game between Arua Hill Sports Club and Karo Karunzi. In the process, West Nile Base Club, that's currently in Gulu, Arua Hill, lost the encounter by 3-1 into the hands of Karo Karunzi. Then yesterday, games were also played, with Onduparka Football Club getting it late over Maida, beating them by 2-1. For Tigezi Homeboys, they managed to share the spoils with Busoga, which also ended 1-1. For Kataka, they were a 0-0 winners over Boma, and Chinda Boys played into a 1-1 draw with the team of Gaddafi. As I had said earlier on Saturday, Karo Karunzi lost aside Arua Hill Sports Club by 3-1. Now quickly taking a look at how the table standing is now looking like. Matthias Boma lost the encounter into the hands of Kataka. They are still sitting on top with 6 points. Second team on the log is Karo Karunzi. They are having 5 points. Gaddafi is at number 3 with 5 points. Down in the relegation zone, fortunately or unfortunately, 3 teams in West Nile region, they are sleeping in a relegation zone. At number 12 is a newly promoted side into the league, Paida Black Angels. They are having 2 points. At number 13 is Midigo Calvary from Yumbe. They are having a point. At number 14th is Maida with a point. Meanwhile, Arua Hill Sports Club, they are yet looking for their first point of the season. That is Congolese for you. Now leaving that one there, jetting to Europe, starting with the Italian Serie before we finalize everything with the English Premier League. In Syria, games were also played, but the biggest encounter was between Inter Milan and AS Roma at Stadio di Olimpico. Inter won the game by 1-0. The biggest win over the weekend was registered by Fiorentina, demolishing aside Lecce by 6-0. Meanwhile, for Atalanta, there were 2-0 winners over Venezia, and for Lazio Roma, they lost the encounter into the hands of Bianconeri's, that's Juventus, by 1-0. And also in Bundesliga, Bayern Munich still continuing with their final run of the season, maintaining the unbeaten record as the Worcester side Stuttgart by 4-0 on Saturday, with Bayer Leverkusen beating Eintracht Frankfurt by 2-1. Meanwhile, for RB Leipzig, they scored two unanswerable goals against Mainz 05. For Dortmund, they managed to pick the win over the St. Pauli, which ended by 2-1. What about in Spanish Primera Division, the league for Congolese? Barcelona picked the biggest win yesterday over Sevilla, demolishing them aside by 5-1. For Atletico Madrid at the Venda Metropolitan, they managed to beat Leganés by 3-1. Meanwhile, on Saturday, Real Madrid were 2-1 winners over Celta Vigo. What about in English Premier League? I know that's what everyone is waiting to hear from me. Yesterday, 2 games were played. The biggest encounter was between the Blues and the Cops. That's Liverpool up against Chelsea. In the process, Liverpool beat Chelsea by 2-1. Meanwhile, for Manchester City, they got it late over Wolves, beating them by 2-1. Then on Saturday, Bournemouth were 2-0 winners over Arsenal, ending the unbeaten record of Arsenal. For Manchester United, they picked a win over Brentford, beating them by 2-1. Everton continuing with a fine form, beating Ipswich Town by 2-0. For Aston Villa, they won against Fulham by 3-1. Biggest win was picked by Spurs in the early kickoff of the week, demolishing aside West Ham in London Derby by 4-1. And for Leicester City, they got it late against the Saints, beating them by 3-2. Meanwhile, tonight in what we call Monday Night Football, there shall be an encounter at 10 p.m. East African time. Nottingham Forest up against Crystal Palace. Let's close the chapter there. Have the best of your night.
Thank you, Rako Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight. Viewers, we have come to the end of the Nile cast only on West Nile Television.